I think we are actually live. It's been a while. Sorry, I know it took a second for me to get it going here. Let me just go ahead and
All
make.
right.
Yeah, we're good. We got it all rolling and all that stuff. Let me. I need to. Hold on. Get the chat box going here. Let's see. How are y'all doing, everybody? Be sure to let me know in the chat. I see we got somebody watching. Shout out to you, whoever you are. This is definitely a just top tier content right here. Pop out chat. Just got to get this going. I really don't because I'm not really sure if anybody's really even active right now. But there we are. No. Okay. Hey, what's up, Matthew? How you doing? I am going to have to change something because, man, I used to have a little chat window thing that would pop up, and it was a whole chat deal, and it was like all this was transparent, and it would just show the chat, all that. So I'm gonna have to get that going, but not today. That'll figure itself out eventually. How are y'all doing? How are you doing, Matthew? You ready for a Texas Longhorn victory tomorrow? Hopefully we get that. Let me get the call-in show link if anybody wants to call in. I figure what I'll do here is I'll kind of like, because I didn't really do my preview. I've been really kind of late on getting to this season's. A lot of stuff's been happening off the side, like you know, just personal life and all that stuff. A lot of stuff's been happening, kind of keeping me busy. But this season kind of snuck up on me. it kind of came quick. No, didn't it? Let me see. I was going to get this. Okay. So I will. I'm in the call-in show. I'm gonna create an invite. Now I'm, to be honest, I'm not really sure. Like 100%. Yeah. I haven't really gotten a chance to watch too much of the OU offense or OU defense. I see Malik Murphy. I've seen some people say that they're not really letting Malik Murphy go and letting him, play to his ability, but not play to his ability, but they're just they got him on a leash. But we'll see. Hopefully he's able to play more free and whatnot. I haven't really looked at the stats on that though. I want to see what he's doing. Yeah, Oklahoma 37-3, but I mean it's Temple. Uh, but I mean, hey, we can't be talking we can't be talking all this shit and then have Colorado State come around and play us close. 21 for 34, 248 yards, one touchdown. That's not bad. It's not stellar or anything, but it's not bad. You remember when people thought that Malik Murphy was a running quarterback, not a single rush? Oh, he must be a great running quarterback. I wonder why y'all thought that. Uh, uh, Sometimes people are funny, man. So let me go ahead and pull up. So I'm pretty much just gonna be going off my article here, but I do have a few stuff that I did not show in my article that I wanted to kind of get to in the preview and talk with over Texas fans, but just kind of wanted to talk about why I'm confident in this Texas football team because I seem to have a lot of confidence that not a lot of people have, and a lot of that is in the defense. So I'll just start there, and then this isn't going to be really structured or anything. So sorry if I kind of bounce around too much. But where is this? Come on, I definitely just had this. Some screenshots. That's where it is. Where pop out chat? That's what we do. Young in the middle, yeah. They, I mean, they absolutely are young in the middle. I mean, you got Anthony Hill, Leona Lafau, Maurice Blackwell up there. Now, I mean, I guess like so you could also look at you got David Benda. Uh, he's got some seniority. Maurice Blackwell, he's got some seniority. But as far as like starters go, Anthony Hill obviously is really young. Lafau, if he starts, he's young. I mean, young-ish. I don't think we're like super young to the point where uh it's a concern. I mean, we like because then be in the depth behind that, you also got Ty Anthony Smith. You got Darian Gillette. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. A good question, but I'm not really worried about it. And so here's why. Okay, defensive category ranked by year. First off, defense wins championships. All right, that's what is going to win you football games. There's only one category on defense that has gotten to be an issue at Texas, and that's the pass defense. When you go and you actually look at this, and here's keep in mind, like it's not just like okay, hey, here's one thing getting better and here's another thing getting better. They are. I actually have an answer for you on that. But so every single one of these statistics is following a similar path, except for two ones: opponent third down conversion and pass yards per game. Now you could say yes, rush yards per rush and rush yards per game; those are going to mirror each other pretty similarly. Okay, but they also mirror opponent offensive yards per game, opponent scoring per game, opponent scorings in the touchdown, field goal, and red zone percentages. So I think there's a couple takeaways. One, that Texas is a well-rounded defense, right? Like Texas is playing a more well-rounded game on defense. Second is, and I just came away with this epiphany like 5 seconds ago. Not epiphany, but thought. The run game affects the game of football more than anything else. I mean, Steve Sarkisian is probably like, I've been telling y'all for years, right? like what the hell, man? I've been telling y'all. Well, like I just like looking at that. Texas got better year by year, and but like the scoring and the yardage is what really just kind of threw it off to me. I'm like, man, wait, holy shit, wait a second. You can pass all that, right? But the scoring and yardage will still go down and mirror what the rush is. So I don't know. That's really interesting for me, but I just that's one area, and I didn't show that graph in the article, but I'm really confident in this Texas defense because we've seen it get better year by year. And if anybody wants to say, oh well, that's just because of seniority, well, a little bit, but last year was not our most senior defense. I mean, if you want to point to seniority, I think the first year that Steve Sarkisian was here was the most senior defense that we had. Uh, and to answer your question, Craig, sorry, no, I don't think it's a liability, and the reason why is because they wouldn't be starting. The young guys would not be starting if they were not ready to start, and that's one thing that I said in my breakout article is I'm like, hey, look, Xavier Worthy started year one. Anthony Hill started year one. I'm really like I'm about to bash my head into the wall because I'm not able to think of the dude. 2022. Kelvin Banks. Yes. You know that just not just Kelvin Banks. You know, just that guy, right? But those guys are direct examples of Steve Sarkisian. Like if I'm a recruit, right? I want to go play for Steve Sarkisian because if I believe in me, right? If I think I got it, they don't, right? I'm better than your guys. If I'm Steve Sarkisian, if I'm a recruit, I want to go to the coach that's going to play me. Like I think back to like Mac Brown when Mac Brown was trying to recruit Adrian Peterson. We would have Adrian Peterson if Steve Sarkisian was the coach back then. We would have Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson simply wanted the opportunity to compete for the job. He didn't want the job handed to him, nothing like that. Just wanted to compete for it. Mac Brown told him when he asked that question, can I compete for the job? Mac Brown said, no, son, we're going to get, and look, Cedric Baxter, or not Cedric Baxter, Cedric Benson, brain farts, but Cedric Benson, yeah, hell of a back, pretty good. He's all right, okay? I think he was good. I think that was like not a bad call to say, you know what, we're going to give Cedric Benson his due, right? But if he does, it's just crazy to think if he doesn't answer that question that way, Adrian Peterson comes to the University of Texas. And but that's why is I think that if you're a recruit, you want to go to the coach that has proven it's not just saying, hey, yeah, I'll play you, man. It's literally, I put my money where my mouth is. You see Kelvin Banks? He's been playing. You see Anthony Hill? He was started week 2 versus. Look at Jalen Gilbo. Jalen Gilbo in 2022 starts week 1 versus or week 2 versus Alabama. He was starting week 1, but he was starting week 2 versus Alabama. First time we played Alabama. That was a big game going in. That was like oh damn, Sark really has some. Sark has a level of trust in this dude. Now, Master, sorry, I kind of went off the rails on that one, but where is Texas Homer? Okay, I've locked Texas Homer in the dungeon. You will never see Texas Homer ever again. He is locked in that dungeon. I'm kidding. He's on the Inside Texas channel. He's been doing a lot of great work over there on Inside Texas. Go check out Inside Texas. Go check out Homer on Inside Texas. All that great stuff that they're doing over there. Yeah, a lot of good content from them. There's just a lot of good content for Texas fans out there in general. On Texas football, look, hey, I'd love to hop on a video with some of those on Texas football guys. Like, hopping on with like a little Rod B, Bob Shipley out there, something like that. Yeah, big fans of them. Yeah, but odd. I think that's this year, right? Like I think that because here's the deal: if you're a Harmon guy, okay, you didn't stick around to this point. At this point, if you're on this team, you're a Sark dude. You've been here for 3 years. This is your 4th year of Sark, right? You are now a Sark guy. All right. I don't care if somebody else recruited you. You chose to in the era of the portal. You have now committed to this coach 4 times. 4 times. I think I'm willing to say that this guy's like this is his team, and you hear him talk about it like he's like, hey man, yeah, this like he's like talking. Whether it was either Josh Pate or Joel Klatt. He was like, hey man, this is finally my team. This is a team that feels like mine, right? Like you go back and you look at the offensive line that Tom Herman left us. We had literally 4 startable offensive linemen. A hodgepodge for the guy who could be considered as the 5th. And that hodgepodge was not a large hodgepodge whatsoever. Like it's not a lot of bodies. We literally could not run 2 offensive linemen, 2 offensive lines. When they were trying to get work between the separate quarterbacks, what was it? It was Casey Thompson and who was the other quarterback? Hudson Card, yeah. When Casey Thompson and Hudson Card were changing with the guy, changing, splitting reps with the first and second string, they were having to use the same offensive lineman for the second, but it was different wide receivers, different tight ends. They just straight up said, keep the same offensive line out there. And it's just, we finally got to the point where we actually have like a legit 3 deep. We have I'm not going to say like I'm comfortable starting the third string offensive line. I'm more comfortable in that offensive line probably than some of the years where Tom Herman were like, hey, we need a grad transfer, bud. We need that. So D-man, to be clear, you're talking about Jade. No, not Jade. You're talking about Jadon Blue, and you're talking about Jalen Gilbo. Barron is not 23. I mean, look, I would love. For this here jersey to stay, and shout out to Elite Sports Memorabilia. He was a sponsor last year on the show. Maybe we get him back again. Maybe we get him back again at some point. But Jade Barron, I mean, I'd love if his number was 23. I could wait. Is Rubel 23? I thought no. Oh, Jalen Gilbo is number 3. I don't know why. Brain fart. Thank you. Yeah, Rubel Johnson. Rubel John. I need to go through and look at the pronunciation. Yeah, Jade is number 7 now. Jade is number 7. The good old Huffy number. Let me see. Let me get a good old. See if I can pull up a picture here. He is no longer numero 23. Also, go check out my Twitter. Kind of a bit of an athlete. No, absolutely not. Don't. I love how kind of a bit of an athlete. Airball like that. Come on. Backward. No. If both of those things just went down, that would have been hilarious. But yeah, go check out the Twitter. I'm gonna blame it on the angle. Bad angle here. Bad angle. Despite this actually being one of my favorite spots on the actual basketball court. Let's not talk about that. Let us not talk about that. Okay. Definitely plummeting on the viewers, but do not care because I want my friend to see the Jade Barron. Here we go. Save him, Jess. Long wait, not a lot of payoff, but it's got the payoff I like, which is a payoff for my man D-Man. Browse. Downloads. Add a baby. Look at that. Jade Barron, number 7 now. Hey, Isaiah Bond is number 7 as well, but they are on separate sides of the field, so both wearing 7. Now, if they were, here's the deal: if they were to be on special teams at the same time, one of them's got to throw a jersey on. Somebody, hey, yo, give me your jersey now, need it. I'm actually telling Homer right now the streets are asking where he's at. Oh, yeah. where the hell is that message? Did it? What happened? Okay, hold on. I want to see what happened because this is a my computer just kind of took a little. Went. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Sorry. I wanted to make sure the stream didn't crash or anything like that. Uh, what do you think Barron's role will be this year with the surge of Gilbo, or do you think? Uh, I think. I mean, look, Barron is trying to prove, hey, I can play everything. I can play safety. I can play nickel. I can play corner. Barron is trying to prove that, and if he does, it's going to pay off big time for him in the NFL draft. Gil Bose is going to be he's going to be that. Look, I have a lot of confidence in Jalen Gilbo. Jalen Gilbo is going to be that guy that I think we thought, the reason why we started him at nickel. He's going to be a solid nickel for us. And just to, again, real quick, want to go ahead and paste this. Anybody that so look to be fair, I'm not 100% sure if I, I'm like an old man a little bit. Okay, getting to be a grandpa. If you click that link, I'm not sure if it just makes you join the Discord. If you join the Discord, go to the call-in show. You'll see me here. I'll be waiting for you. We can talk some Texas football. If you want to just type in the chat, type in the chat. That's perfectly fine. Yeah, yeah. It's been that way for a while now, but you just cannot have the same numbers on the field at the same time. It's I'm not even I actually think that there were people on the roster in the 2000 in the mid 2000s there were three people with the same number. Just one of them was like a red shirt dude that was never going to see this never going to see the field. And at that I'm like, what's the point of giving, like, okay, yeah, yeah, take number 7. You're not gonna get on the field. I don't give a shit. Alrighty, uh, back to Texas Homer. Yeah, he's Texas Homer is aware that y'all are looking for him. Okay, he knows. He's knowledgeable. He actually is very knowledgeable, which is why everybody wants to know where he's at. Okay, now, so I talked about the defense. I showed that, but I have little confession time. I said that I didn't show these in the article. I've shown this in a article, not the article, but shown in a article. This is people are wanting to know Jaden Blue or Jadon Blue. I just if I pronounce the name wrong again, it is what it is. All right, I'm not good at that. You can clearly see Steve Sarkisian has a clear, defined, set number that he likes for his carries. Okay? If you're the running back one, you're going to get, for the most part, I mean, there's, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of the 1, 2, 3, 11 years on this chart, the running back has either had between 18.83 carries per game up to 22.54 carries per game. He very consistently likes to give his running backs a similar amount of carries, and this you know what, we'll do total carries because who do I think is going to be that guy at wideout? Look, I think they're all like I think that we're getting to the point. We're getting we're getting to Ohio State levels of legit wide receivers. And what I mean by that is there's going to be some legit wide receivers that are going to sit on the bench and they're going to get 15, 30 targets a year. That doesn't mean they're bad. That just means there's some really good wide receivers that are playing right now. And then when those wide receivers are out of the way, they're going to be the guy. Like a guy like Ryan Wing, like Ryan Wingo is the wide receiver room next year is going to be a very interesting case. Okay, and I just I think if there's two main guys, because and this is actually a good, you know what? Thank you for bringing this up because it'll uh, take me over to this. When you look at the targets, uh, where are we at? Because Steve Sarkisian, I mean, he likes his consistency. Let's just call it that. Let's say that. And for anybody that wants, so anyone, let me just show y'all the nut jobbishness that is Nash Talks Texas. Okay, this is how I organize things. All right. First off, I've actually been somewhat okay. I say somewhat good at naming things. No, I'm not. Been terrible at naming things. This was my preseason. Oh no, nope, shit, not that one. Wait, this one? Nope. See, this is where the Nash organizational system comes in. Hey, here's my preseason, baby. Here's every preseason thing that I've been doing. And this is so. Let me find out which one I need. Oh shit! Hold on. All right. You've got to be kidding me. No. If it's gone, I'm literally gonna cry. I might actually cry. Tears. Okay. Well, on a side note, Texas going 12-0, SEC week. Multiple teams have gone undefeated before, but because Texas is coming into the SEC without. Oh my God! Oh wow! Oh, the SEC! Oh no! What's up, CB? How you doing, man? But yeah, the SEC. Oh my God, we really got to watch out for them, man. It's not like Kentucky's not at all like. Oh my God! Wow. Okay. Okay. Well, here it is. I spent all that time, and here we done found it. Here we done did found it. Okay. So what this is this is Steve Sarkisian. In my opinion, Steve Sarkisian has philosophical ways that he runs offenses and whatnot, and this is one of those things that falls into that. You look right here. That's a very consistent target district. That's the percentage of times that the lead target guy gets the ball thrown to him. Percentage of times that the second lead guy gets the ball thrown. Third, fourth, you get the picture. And Steve Sarkisian, he stays consistent with these things. I'm trying. Oops. So I also want to pull up because he also there's a it's not it's also the percentage of the targets, but it's the top 80% of the targets. I think we're going to figure out very quickly right here. I think we're going to figure out very quickly who the guys that Sark trusts are, and who the guys that he don't, who guys that he doesn't trust are. Because you're either going to be included in this group of people, or you aren't. That's how Sark is operated. He has three main wide receivers, one main tight end, one lead halfback. And that every single offense that he's ever had a like full control over or near full control over, he has operated this way. And at least that's as far as we can go back for targets. We cannot go any further back than US 2014 for targets unless you have access to the full season of games and you want to sit down and you want to watch and count every single time that they've done target. No, thank you. I'm not doing it. But yeah, so I just look. I'll believe it when I see it when it comes to Steve Sarkisian actually spreading the ball out around. But I don't know, maybe. But I think that I think your lead guys are going to be Isaiah Bond. I so badly wanted to say Nair. I wanted to do it. I wish, man. Oh, a dream it would be. Okay, Isaiah Bond, Jonte Cook, and then I think the number three wide receiver is DeAndre Moore. Okay, DeAndre Moore, I really am a fan of personally, but I think that his approach and the way that he takes his approach to life is as mature as you can ever get and ever find. And if he approaches life that way, I think he's going to approach football with a pretty mature point of view. Uh, that's just how I personally feel when it comes to DeAndre Moore, and I think that that's going to pay off for him. Now, when you go and you look at the targets, I mean, it's like it's going to be hard, man. I mean, you could, and that's not even far enough over. Like Ryan Wingo is a guy that could easily be one of the top targets on the team. He has the talent. Matthew Golden could too. Silas Bolden could as well. Like these are all very talented guys. But I think your lead guys are going to be Isaiah Bond, Jonte Cook, DeAndre Moore. I think Amari Niblack is going to be the lead tight end for the receiving game. And then I think that you're going to have Jaden Blue being the lead receiving back, being the lead back receiving. And not just receiving, but also carries, like I showed just a second ago. Right here. Like Jaden Blue is going to see his carries. We have never seen a Steve Sarkisian offense where he's given the lead running back 16 carries or less per game. Okay? And when you look at because there's a lot of people going, well, we had Brooks and Brooks Blue's just not the same size as Brooks. What are you talking about? You looked at have you looked at have you looked at the depth chart anytime soon? They're 5 pounds difference. Same height, 5 pound different. And it's just Jaden Blue is, I think, very capable of carrying the ball often. Thank you, sir. Odd future. You're yeah. Yeah, you just derailed me, and I'm gonna show you why. Oh yeah. Trust me. Trust me, sir. I got an opinion that y'all might want to hear on this. I think that Jaden Blue, yeah, D man, Jaden Blue is a beast, and I think he's gonna have a very, very good season. That's gonna give him a lot of awards and not awards, but acclaim, and people are gonna want him. But back to Jalen Waddle. This dude was gonna win the Heisman. No one can convince me other. No one can convince me of anything else. This dude was going to win the Heisman. And let me pull it up too because I'm trying to get away where I can get both of these things on here. Okay. Add. Let me do window cap. No, wait, hold on. No, not window capture. Display capture. No. There we go. Okay. So you can see Jalen Waddle, and this is not the Alabama Crimson Tide that we want yet, but it's getting there. Okay. Statistics. Statistics. We want to go to. That was 2020. Like, brother. Yes. We're trust me. I'm very much on that same wavelength as you. Let me get right there. Let me. Oh damn it. Oh shucks. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Okay. Okay, we finally reached it. Okay. Jalen Waddle and Devontae Smith. Okay. Game log. Game log. NCAA football 2020. Where's oh come on. Can y'all you're not showing a defensive game log, are you? Are you serious? No, bro, what the Oh, come on, ESPN, you gotta ruin this shit, man. Okay, hold on, because it, you know what, ESPN, what a joke. ESPN really has turned into a joke, haven't they? Good lord. By the way, I want to let y'all know if you want the better box score experience, CBS box score is by far better. Like I mean, ESPN's just kind of always been like I don't know. They've been the trust and tried and true and whatever, and they have the name brand and all that stuff. Screw that, man. I'm done with that. Got him on defense. Okay. Uh. Now where do I come on? Where do I search? Okay, come on, man. Jesus, this is okay. Can we full screen this for a second so I can? Can y'all? Can someone? You know what? If anybody got me, I know who does. This is pathetic, man. Oh my god. And then I hate when Google does that shit. Says, "Oh, well, you want to go down this the thread that you had, the thread that you were searching." No, I want to search for what I'm typing in the damn bar, sir. Sir. Long way to come to say. Uh, so there's two Devonte Smiths. All that pissy that I had, and it was over because there's a different Devonte Smith. Jesus Christ. That is that. I mean, I know it's probably not funny to y'all, but okay, wait, no. Okay, I was on the right. Okay, I was on the right Devontae Smith. They just have they have Devontae Smith stats for the wrong Devontae Smith. Wow, that's not cool. So not cool of y'all. So if I were to, is there a Devontae Smith on the? So if I go to your college, see, that's got to be a. I don't know what the hell it is, man. Okay, whatever. Okay, this is. I no. Hey, odd. No, no. We're already in. Okay, we're we're in the weeds now. Okay. All right. I'm really upset at ESPN for not making it. It should have been. We should have already been through it. Okay. So I just want to put. They're right there. All right. Here's Missouri. 8 receptions, 89 yards. 8 receptions, 134 yards. 2 touchdowns, 0 touchdowns. Okay. Alabama versus Texas A&M. 6 receptions, 63 yards. 1 touchdown. 5 receptions, 142 yards. 1 touchdown. Mississippi. 13 receptions, 164 yards. 1 touchdown. This is the first time that you're like, wow, Devontae Smith. This is the Devontae Smith, right? But at the same time, you got Jalen Waddle, 6 receptions, 120 yards. Okay? Alabama, same thing for Georgia, right? Georgia, they had a similar thing. But it's not until after when Jalen Waddle goes down, he goes down early versus Tennessee. It's not until after that you see Devontae Smith start to absorb the roles that you start to see him absorb the volume that Jalen Waddle had, and he goes and wins a Heisman. Jalen Waddle was 1,000% winning the Heisman that year. Was you? No one can convince me otherwise. I mean, you're what? What? Yeah, it was 134 yards, 142, 120, 161. I mean, the dude we're talking about, and these aren't Georgia. That's not a bad team. 26.8 yards per 26 yards is not 26.8 yards is per catch is not bad number whatsoever. No, not at all. 130, 134 plus 142. I want to get the exact average in those games. Plus 120 plus 161 equals 557 divided by 4. So he had 100. He was averaging 139.25 yards per game. Okay, that was on 6-5. Was on 25 receptions. He averaged 22.28 yards per catch. Hey, yeah, Texas rocks. I agree completely. Secondary should be a lot better, and really, it's just if any of y'all have watched when Steve Sarkisian first came, there was a really good YouTuber who was putting out a lot text. He put out a couple Texas videos on PK. It was Elite Athletes TV, and he was talking about how why the Pete Kwiatkowski hire was going to put Texas in the national title conversation in football again, and he has been dead on. That is literally this image right here. There you go. And here's the ironic. People think that Steve Sarkisian is an offensive minded coach just because he's really good at offense and he knows the game of football. He is a defensive-minded head coach, and that's why he likes to run the football too. But also run the football is, it's football. We're playing football now. Okay, we're going to establish our will. Look, I think it's just there's so many talented wide receivers, and I think that was actually kind of a good example. The Devontae Smith, and I'm not saying that these Devontae Smith was a very special wide receiver, right? But I'm just saying when Jalen Waddle went down, Devontae Smith was able to pick up volume, and Devontae Smith won a Heisman Trophy, so obviously people really didn't feel like there was a deficit that was happening. It didn't feel like you lost something when you lost Jalen Waddle. Uh, but I think that it's just really Texas has a lot of good wide receivers. I'm not sure if we have like the Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, but if they are those guys, there's only so many times that you can throw the football, and the guys that have gotten to the first string are the guys that are first string at this point. And I think the number one thing, if you look at Silas Bolden on second string, if you look at the only transfer that's on the first string depth chart as of right now at the wide receiver position is Isaiah Bond. And I think that would go to speak to the level of the playbook. Because that's a very underrated factor that I don't think a lot of people are factoring in with Steve Sarkisian when he goes to, give players the ball. Like Jarrett Gibson, hell of a running back, very talented, but how much of the playbook does he know? Because if he knows the full playbook, you got this many plays. If he knows half the playbook, you got this many plays. If he knows a quarter of the playbook, you got this many plays. And when we're talking about knows, I'm talking about know the playbook. Like, you know that thing inside and out. You know it like your ABCs. You know it like you're counting 1 to 10. Do it in your sleep. So, I don't know. Yeah, and I agree. Yeah, Texas rocks. It's a lot of weapons. It's a lot of talent on this roster. Uh, that it was really hard predicting the wide receivers, and just for full transparency, ooh, this is how I have the receiver projections this year. Upload them onto the screen right here. Right here. No. Okay. So these are my receiving projections for this year. I mean, for those of you that hadn't been following along, let me see if this is where I want it. Nope. Let me just get this back over here. Over here. Winder capture. Okay. So for those that might have a keen eye, you can see that my receiving projections was largely based on these numbers right here. And I'm just kind of trying to figure out who's what, where guys, which guys go where. And the reality is a lot of these guys could be up top. A lot of these guys could be down in the middle. They could, like, Matthew Golden easily could be up here. Easily. Juan Davis could be where Amari Niblack is for the very reason that I said about Jarrett Gibson. If Amari Niblack does not know the routes, doesn't know each intricate level of the play call, Sark ain't gonna put him out there. Hell no. And this is Matthew, and this is where Texas wants to be. Okay, this is where you want to be if you're the Texas Longhorns. You want to be just absolutely stacked of talent to where you're having to make really hard decisions, but those really hard decisions don't really have a negative consequence. I mean, now the negative consequence might be a player might leave, like, but a great thing is that I love is like a Matthew Golden. That guy's young. Like he's a veteran player, but he's young. I think he's what, a true junior coming into this year. So uh like a guy like him, he could certainly end up being a factor next year on next year's team if he's not a factor this year. I'm not ruling him out from being a factor this year either. But I mean, he's a massive piece. He allows us to have a like legit returner. He's a solidified returner. Same with Silas Bolden. To be honest, I think Jaden Blue can give you that too. I think Jaden Blue is, if you look at what Jaden Blue did in the Washington game, to be honest, I don't know why Steve Sarkisian threw Keelan Robinson out there with the broken arm when, or not broken arm. It was something. There was something he had a cast on. He threw Keelan Robinson out there with a cast after Jaden Blue had two really good returns. I'm like, why? Why would you do that? Heads up, TCU Stanford has just come on. This should be a good game. Should be game of the year, or not game of the year, game of the game of the night, not game of the. If this is game of the year, we're in some trouble here. Yeah, the depth. That's 100% the case. The depth that we have will help us go through for a deep playoff run, and hopefully that deep playoff run will be hey Quentin, I really appreciate it, man. Thank you. Let me. Oh, come on, come on. Is it going? We'll see if it goes. I have a donation thing set up. I don't think it's gonna go, but hey, I appreciate that, Quentin. Nevertheless, you know what? Just because it didn't do it, we can do it for you. Because every single time that happens, I want this to be what comes on. Where is my? Where's my Texas fight? Oh, it's just absolute entertainment, riveting. Watch me sit here and go through this. But hey, I really do appreciate that, Quentin. Thank you very much. That for those of y'all that support the channel like that, that is one of the best ways that you can support me and my venture of doing every play videos. Uh, Shoot, I'm just gonna do it like this. Okay, here we go. You get it, baby. You get it. Jesus Christ, it's loud. A little loud, but hey, Matthew, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I'm about to have to go handle some business here, but we're almost there. I am going to pour myself a nice drink, a nice cold, ice cold Dr. Pepper with a little whiskey in it. Barbecuing some burgers and dogs for the game. Ooh, ooh. I'm going to the game, but that sounds tempting. That does sound tempting. Uh, I will say I am looking forward to Fletcher's. Okay. Wait, where's it? Quentin donated $2 it went. Super chat. Welcome back. Keep up the good work, brother. I appreciate that. Again. I appreciate it. But yeah, I'm actually really happy that I went through. Just went a little late there, didn't it? But yeah, that Robinson arm thing was weird. It was, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Texas, I still think I may be on the outside in, but Texas, when you look at that game, Texas played their C minus game, at best C plus. Okay, Washington played their A plus game. No one can convince me otherwise. No one can convince me that Michael Penix dotting dudes up like he was anything less than an A plus. Maybe you could talk me down to an A. If Texas plays a B minus game, we win by at least a touchdown, maybe two. If we play on the same level as them, blown out of the water they are. Texas goes to the national championship in Houston. We win the national championship, and we're going for a two-peat right now. It sucks, is what it is, but let's have a great season, okay? Let's go win 12 football games in the regular season, go win the SEC championship, go into the college football playoff with a bye, and then win the damn thing. I think Quinn is a little clumsy, and he should just go through his progressions better and put a little more muster on the ball. Hopefully, it makes more strides in year 3. See, Matthew, now that I could not be further from. You know what? Actually, this is perfect. This is perfect. There's only about 5 of y'all in here. Okay. Let me see. I have something that I had said I was gonna make this video all off season. I just didn't make any videos. Now I've been wanting to show this to some people. Where are we at? Okay. Alrighty. So I want you to tell me player A and player B. Okay. I get a little ding 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 ding. You know, a little music. You know that like little Jeopardy music. When y'all let me know, okay, who you think player B is and who you think player C is. Well, I'll go ahead and spoil it for you, anyways. Player C is. I shouldn't have done player C as Colt McCoy. Player C, player Colt. That kind of work. Kind of obvious. But player B is Quinn Ewers. Okay, so if you look, completion percentage pretty close to Colts. Okay, yards, total yards pretty close to Colts. Now Quinn did not play 13 games. This is if Quinn were to have played 13 games. Okay, 20 8 is on pace for 24 touchdowns and 7 interceptions, 8.8 yards per attempt. Now, so obviously the whole thing would be, hey, well, dude, you can't just like add games on. He only played 12 games. Well, let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do Quinn versus the Colt Heisman year, just bar for bar what it is. And there we blow. There we are. There we blow. Texas rocks. Look, hey, even as a guy that defends Quinn. Okay, that's funny. Okay, I've been a staunch defender of Quinn. But so I mean, so and now look. So far, it's like okay, he hasn't said anything crazy, right? Nash hasn't gotten too wild. Nash is about to go off the rails here, brother. Okay. Oh, see, this is the one that's hard. This is the one that's hard. Where is? Is this the one? Okay, player A versus player B. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. This is a good one. Okay, so you already know who player B is. That's the same silhouette. You already got player B. Who is player A? Now this is Quinn's first year at Texas. Who is player A, and what school did he play for? On while I answer this phone call. All right, so I'm not seeing any answers in the chat. I'm gonna give y'all just another second. Okay, I'm gonna put it in studio mode, and we're going to not spoil this for anybody. Okay, add image, browse the last downloaded one. All right, so I've given y'all some time. Uh, y'all are definitely thinking about y'all are gonna be like, "Why Nash lay off the crack?" Okay, I haven't been smoking crack. You've been watching me right here for an hour now. Okay, that's who. That's who the other number was. Okay, year one at LSU, first year away from Ohio State after transferring after having sat. Year one at Ohio. Year one away. Now, look. Well, there goes Nash again. There goes Nash saying Quinn is Joe Burrow. Okay, I'm not saying Quinn is Joe Burrow. Okay, I'm not. All right. There's a big difference because one, Joe Burrow also went and did a lot after that year. Okay, but but let's just like how far behind was Quinn from Joe Burrow? And what? See, these things would be a lot better if I could just consistently find these things. Okay. All right. So then here's the like. I mean, this is just a clear like. Okay, yeah, one of these guys is better, right? But it's not. I mean, like, look, when I say it's not, I mean like the completion percentage is not a crazy difference. I would wager that having Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson might have had something to do with it. Okay. Might have had something to do with Joe Burrow having that crazy year that he did. Uh, and just for because I mean I know y'all might if I'm curious y'all might be curious about it. Okay, well where's Joe? Uh, where's Joe and Colt rank versus each other? And I got that because their completion percentages are pretty similar, both very accurate, deadly. Uh, I don't. Damn, do I only have? I don't have Burrow that year versus. Okay, well I got Burrows versus Colts and Natty. No, hold on, cancel. Uh, okay. I don't have the whole year for uh, Joe Burrow versus Quinn Ewers versus Colt McCoy, which I'm really upset myself for. Uh, yeah, I mean, my whole point is there's some similarities between the two of them, but really, in my opinion, I think the guy that Quinn Ewers has the chance to be the most like is uh, Colt McCoy, but from the past. See, here's the deal: is he's not a running quarterback. Okay, he's not. That's not to say that Quinn can't run. Okay, because I think Quinn is a very sneaky athleticism type guy. But if you go and you look at it, uh, there's Quinn. Here's Quinn versus Colt as a Heisman or as a national champion the senior year. It's a lot closer. I mean, Colt McCoy in 2009 was not as good as we thought he was. And I can tell you that I can confidently say that because I just got done watching the 2008 season and I'm like, man, I remembered it better than it was, right? A lot of the throws for Colt McCoy are less than 5 yards away from the line of scrimmage, either behind the line of scrimmage or less than 5 yards away. I'm not putting blame on him because that was the Greg Davis offense. That's what he was being given at the time. So, Colt McCoy, right? Where was I at? Sorry, I just had something to distract me on the side. I'm gonna have to handle that later. Oh, that yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have to install a camera on the back porch for that one. But yeah, so Colt McCoy, he wasn't necessarily as good as people thought, and what I mean by that is the the offense that Greg Davis had, it was not meant to be throwing the ball down the field. Like it was meant, it was he did what it was designed to do. He operated the offense how it was supposed to be operated, which is what a quarterback is supposed to do. I'm not placing blame on him that for that. I'm just saying as far as throwing the football, it felt a lot better because he had a high completion percentage. Why did he have a high completion percentage? Because a lot of the throws were behind the line of scrimmage. And if you want one example of what I'm trying to get to here, what I'm trying to portray here, go watch the last drive of Ohio State. If you go and you watch that last drive versus Ohio State and just watch Colt Quinn Ewers, obviously Quinn Ewers wasn't playing then. Watch Colt McCoy and watch Quan Cosby. Tell me who you think was more clutch on that final drive, whether it was Quan Cosby or whether it was Colt McCoy. And also, I will also go and say, I love that Quinn Invincible. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. But I will say another point to what I'm kind of making here about Quan Cosby maybe being the guy that was more clutch. What's the one game that we lost Quan in 2008? Texas Tech. Lost him early in the game. So I'm really interested to see how this will happen. How Quinn Ewers will do this year, because this is the last thing that I'll do because I do got to go handle something here. But I really want to show you this because this is one of the this goes to part of what I was trying to do, what I want to do with Quinn, and I still ended up making the prediction that Quinn was going to have a really good year. But I want to kind of explain why a little bit in depth that he's going to have that I think he's going to have the year that he has, and it has to do with Steve Sarkisian as a quarterback coach. Uh, hey, what's up, Tej? How are you doing, man? I really do, and for those of y'all hop in that Discord, it's pinned in the link. I really do appreciate you, Tej, for being active in that Discord. I really do. That's something I want to kind of. I've been lazy on it, but I want to kind of try and grow that to a point where Where is, sorry. I can't believe this. No. There's absolutely no way. There's no way I got rid of this. Uh-oh. No, 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 no. Ah, come on. I'm just gonna fine. Oh, wait, we got a caller. Hey, what's up, Coop? You are on mute here. Uh, I'll be here if you hop back in, Coop. I will be here. Just give me. I'm still gonna be here for a minute. While I try and find this like an absolute madman. I appreciate it, man. I'm really excited for next year. You know, for this year. Hold on. Maybe it's one of these. No. See, this is where I need to start labeling my stuff because oh my god. It's all good. Appreciate you. At least I know that's you. Odd future. I know that's you now. Coop. All right, we're gonna give it just a couple more chances on this. Oh, it was definitely in this. Okay, yeah, it was 100% in that one. Man, that breaks my heart if I got rid of that. I spent a lot of time on that. No. Oh, I just had to scroll over. Whoops. Okay. Well, for those of y'all that stuck with, I gained viewers for me scrolling through my sheets is apparently prime time entertainment. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. All right. So here we go. What you're looking at here is you're looking at quarterbacks in year 3 or higher in college. So I mean, like they're under Steve Sarkisian, year 3 or higher. And I really wish I'd done a little bit more on this, where I could like show the progression of the guys year to year. Oh, Jermichael Finley, yes. Oh, here's the other thing. 2008, we didn't have a single tight end. We lost to Blaine Irby. We start. Hold on. No, we're getting there. We were starting a guy that was playing offensive line to start the year. Peter Ullman. That I don't know why. Maybe he was just put in an offensive line. It's just like he was like he was like a legit offensive line. That's what it looked like. Uh, Not looking like it's the case anymore. 2009. Who was our tight end? Oh, dude. I'm like, see, that is the other thing. Makes me think about Love me. I love Mac Brown. Okay, love him. Thank you for all that you've done. I got some flack for saying that Mac Brown was more responsible for the down period at Texas than Tom Herman. Uh, you might be able to see it. It'll be easier when you see it like this. So what you can see is in 2000, really 2005. After 2005, offensive draft picks are on the top, defense on the bottom. Offense starts falling off a cliff. I mean, it's just oh, from the years 2008 and 2012. The only, and I'm talking about rostered players, players on a roster, not draft picks that year, rostered players. 2010 to 2012, that 3 years, 2010, 2011, 2012, the only offensive player on the team that we had that was an NFL player was Marquise Goodwin. Oh, a draft pick player. Like, the offense is why we fell off. Defense was never a problem. And if you think about it, defense was good. Garrett Gilbert had everything, like literally the entire world of Texas was placed on Garrett Gilbert's shoulders and said, go win some games, dog. Work with Colt, can work with you, right? Colt McCoy was, this is where Colt McCoy is actually like a legit legend. I think Colt and Sam are very similar quarterbacks, except for there was one major difference. Colt McCoy had a national championship defense and Sam Ellinger didn't. If Sam Ellinger has the same level of defense, I think there's a lot different results that Sam Ellinger sees in his career at Texas. And I am not a Sam Ellinger guy. I've not been a Sam Ellinger guy. I had been a Shane Buechele guy. I had been a Sam Ellinger hater. I'm probably a hater, Sam Ellinger hater, but oh, do I have a deep ball stat from Sark QBs? No, I do not. That would be something to work on, and that will be something that I will work on. Probably, I want to see where Quinn does. What Quinn does the first 2 weeks. I'll either wait 2 or 3 weeks before I actually start like going, hey, let's we can start drawing takeaways because at that point, I mean, when you're in a 12 game season, 12 game regular season, 3 games, you're 1/4 the way through. That's 25% of the way. Uh, you can start to draw some trends from that and whatnot. Yeah, Finley. I wish Finley was my favorite tight end for a very long time, and probably still is. I don't know. It's close because I really like Tavian Sanders, but I mean, obviously this era is gonna have a special place in my heart. With me doing because I started doing Texas YouTube 2021 right as Stark got hired. So obviously I have a little bit of an attachment to these guys, these players, but uh, yeah, Finley. I really hope we get his kid, Caden Finley, because if he's anything like his dad, then uh, oh yeah, Matthew. It wasn't amazing, right? But it got better, a whole lot better. That's where I'm like, people like Quinn Ewers. There was the only way he could have got worse at throwing the deep balls if he didn't complete one. That was the only way. He made 2 deep ball completions, so passes that went 25 yards or more. He made 2 completions all season long his freshman year. Does anyone want to guess what throws those were? Bama was one of them. The throw there's a throw to Worthy. Worthy dives, catches it, does that big step. Yeah. And then we're like, we got football. Someone get Daryl. The next completion that we had that was over 25 yards thrown from Quinn Ewers' hand. If any, you know what? First person to type in the chat. I'm gonna be doing hats here. I wanted to daily drive this thing. Okay, I did. I daily drove this thing. This is a year in the Texas sun, Texas heat. I sweat a lot. Okay, so this is the worst case scenario for the hat. All right, I just wanted to make sure it was like actually like somewhat quality before I start, because I'm not making a lot of money on it. Like I would be making minimum dollars, right? But first person to get it gets a no, it wasn't AD. No, we're talking 2022. Okay, 2022, not 2023. Okay, first person to get it, I'll give you a free hat when we start doing that stuff. When we start putting out the hats. First person to get it. But until then, let me sidebar on what the guy that, man, I know Clarence Hill disagreed with me last year when I said this, but when I see Jaden Blue, man, I think of Eric Metcalf, dude. I see a really athletic receiver. Nope, that wasn't 25 yards. It was under 25. Texas Rocks. The question: Quinn Ewers, his first completion, deep ball completion, 25 yards or more is what I'm considering a deep ball. Okay, his first deep ball completion of 25 yards or more pass was versus Alabama. When was his next and last deep ball completion? When was his next one? He only completed 2 passes over. So when he threw the ball up 25 yard, so guys running down the field, what are the 25 plus yards? Ball only got completed twice all year long out of like 35 throws. Yeah, see, that's I'm realizing it was the older fellas that they're like, it's Metcalf is a untouchable guy, but you know what? Holy shit! Hey, odd future. You just got yourself a hat whenever you just got yourself a hat whenever those come when we get those going. Let me. You know what? DM me on Twitter. Do you have my Twitter? Or here, hold on. Actually, here. Hey, Odd. Let me know if I just DM'd you on Discord. If that was you, because I think that was. I think that was the name that you were. But yeah, that so that was, and the funny thing about that throw was that was literally the last throw of the season. Yeah, hey Texas, I agree. Dude was breathtaking, and we got another breathtaking Longhorn wearing number 23 right now. Uh, yep. I mean, it's just that's another thing. I wish some of the like I well, and here's we will never know what the uh conversations are that are going inside those rooms. Hold on. Hey, what's good, Coop? You're on mute still. I don't have a way to unmute you from my side. Hey, Chris. I mean, look. I hope we meet my expectations. We'll have a pretty good year if we do. And you know what, Matthew? I would wait. I would wager. I think that there's been worse games. I think with that one, we we view it worse because of how it ended. But Quinn made a couple throws that I think that Worthy should have came down with in that game, and I'm a Worthy guy too. So like it's not me defending Worthy, but I think that it certainly could have been better. Oh, okay, yeah, I feel you. Odd. Uh, I'll hop out of this call and show then channel for a second, but yeah. Okay, I can't look. I can't. I really wish I could. I really wish I could put the because I'll get in trouble if I do. I'll like my channel will get a strike. I'm on a probation right now for something I did last year that was on accident. I accidentally started streaming. Here's the thing. It wasn't even streaming. I had just connected the software, and I connected the software from my streaming software to the YouTube, and I had hit stream instead of record, and so it was like, oh, he's broadcasting a live football game or a recorded football game. Yeah, so I'm on probation, but I really wish I could show you. There's one Jaden Blue play where I'm like, you know what? If it could fit that category that you just said, like it's right there. Uh, hey man, I'll be disappointed if we go. I'll be disappointed with 10-2. I will, because I think that this team is just. I know we have some good opponents. I know, yeah, we do. Yeah, we do, but we don't really outside of Michigan and Georgia. I don't see a super good opponent. I don't see a really good opponent. OU is a top 15 team ish, if that. A&M, I don't see them as a top 25 team. I don't see maybe by the end of the season they'll be one, but I don't see that. I think that we only have three ranked opponents all year long on the schedule. I don't know why people think we're losing to Kentucky. Kentucky's not that good. They really aren't. They had a couple good years with some good players. They have not been that good. I to me, why else? I'm like, well, I mean, why wouldn't you take the job at Texas A&M? But Mark Stoops was on a plane ready to take the A&M job, and then they're like, nah, man, turn his ass around. We don't want that. Like he was flying to Texas A&M. Matthew, I'll just say this. I think that there's just been. I think it's happened in the past, too many times, and I didn't even finish this whole thing. Uh, I think it's just happened too many times in the past. Like literally every year for the past 7 years, there's been a one undefeated SEC team. Why can't it be Texas? I want somebody. Yeah, I understand the trap game like narrative to it, but you're talking about a game at home. I don't see us being 10-0 and our fans letting that one go. I just don't. If Steve Sarkisian loses to Kentucky and we're 10-0, get him a police escort home, please, because fans are going to be rabid. Look, I'm not that worried about Arkansas. Arkansas, they Ooh. Arkansas, they played. Look, they put up 70 on Arkansas, whatever Pine Bluff, Arkansas Pine Tree University. Um, if that quarterback plays like that versus Trey Moore and our guys, oh my god, I can please, please, I implore you to act like that. Uh, but yeah, I just want somebody for when they tell me, hey, the reason why I got Texas losing the game, I want one other reason outside of because y'all going to SEC. It's the SEC, you know. You haven't played in the SEC. The Big 12 ain't the SEC. I'm tired of that shit. I'm tired of hearing it. Like it's some mythical land. It's not. You know what? You know what's like that? SEC college baseball. And I can point to exactly why. And it's not, oh, well, he's going to say the draft picks, which is the same argument that people have for football. No, it's far more weighted. Far more. The SEC is literally like a minor league organization. SEC baseball. It is a completely different animal. And if you look at it, there is a reason why every single year Omaha is littered with SEC teams. Yes, the College Football Playoff has that to an extent, right? But you ain't seeing the Kentuckys of the world pop up in there. I just watched Ole Miss win a national championship 2 years ago. Kentucky ain't win a natty. Hey, look, I'm rooting for Brendan Thompson, but just not against Texas, okay? I don't know. His mom blocked me on Twitter. I don't know what the fuck I did. I have zero clue what I ever did to that lady, but I guarantee it was just me being a Longhorn fan. Just talking to Oklahoma fans because I'm rather brash when it comes to talking to Oklahoma fans on the internet. But going back to this before I have to go help out my dad, which I was supposed to do a little bit ago, but just gonna finish this up. You can see outside of Jake Locker and really Carson Palmer year one, but I mean, if you want to point at Carson Palmer, I mean, fine. Quinn Ewers is gonna be all right, but quarterbacks in their junior and senior years under Steve Sarkisian have typically done pretty well. And not only that, quarterbacks that have spent time under Steve Sarkisian, Carson Palmer, 101 draft pick. Number 1, Matt Leinart, number 10. JD Booty, nah. You know, that's him and Keith Price are the two examples that you aren't going to find a good answer for this in. Matt Sanchez, 1.5, 5th overall. Jake Locker, 8th overall. Cody Kessler, 31st overall. Wasn't that great? Only 1 year with Steve Sarkisian. Tua Tagovailoa, or Tua Tagovailoa, Tagovailoa, 5th overall. Mac Jones, 15th overall. I mean, like, quarterbacks that have spent time under Steve Sarkisian typically do well. They've had good seasons. And they get drafted high. I'm hoping and expecting to see that continue under Quinn Ewers. Or continue with Quinn Ewers under Steve Sarkisian. Yeah, I mean, look, the talent level is higher. But that is largely, and I mean largely, talking about LSU, Tennessee, sometimes A&M. I mean A&M. They had a lot of talent lately, but they hadn't really done much with it. Florida is another team that fits in that conversation. Georgia, Alabama, but they're talking about the teams that recruit really well, that are like that. And when I say they're talking about, I'm not saying they're specifically mentioned. I'm saying they don't. They're saying the SEC has all this strength and balance, because I have something in here that kind of goes over this. that was one of the things that I was going to go towards. Uh, where are we at? Like, I mean, I didn't, so I wasn't able, I didn't finish this one off. Uh, but a good example is this right here, right here. Texas played nine against nine less draft picks than Alabama in 2018. Alabama's 2018 that went undefeated in the SEC played 66 draft picks. Or no. Yeah, draft picks. 88 NFL players, 66 draft picks. Texas played 77 NFL players, 57 draft picks. It's just, I mean, I kind of get it, what they're trying to say, but I had another one on this, but I mean, I just like this is one of the things that just hangs me up is why was it okay for these teams to go undefeated in the SEC, but Texas can't? Like, why can't Texas? That I just want to know, why can't Texas? And if the answer is because it's the SEC and y'all haven't played in the SEC, oh yeah, here it is. Uh, or no, that's not the one. If the answer is because y'all haven't played in the SEC and the SEC, the big bad wolf and all that crap, then you know what? You're not giving an answer. You're just saying shit and throwing it at the wall and hoping that it sticks. Okay. Oh, here's where it was. Okay. So here is, I forget what team this was, what year this was, but so here's, I forget what team this was. SEC. Oh yeah, this was SEC draft picks. I forget what year. Okay, there's SEC draft picks from there's the Georgia schools, or there's Georgia. Okay, I included Oklahoma because Oklahoma will be in the SEC now. But that's the and they. So, oh well, hold on. I know what I did now. This is, so these are teams that are on our schedule. This isn't the SEC total. Okay, these are teams that are on our schedule. So historically, how teams have done recruiting it or putting team draft picks in the SEC, or teams in the SEC that are on our schedule, how they've done putting draft picks in the NFL. This is what we've been playing. That's what we played last year. Yeah, 2023. And then this is 2022 down here. So I'm at the point where I understand that Georgia, right? Yeah. Like, no one's no one's telling me anything new when it comes to this, that Georgia is a tough team that's going to put a lot of that's going to put a lot make us play a lot of talent. We've already been playing talent like that. Not like Georgia, but we've all outside of that, we've already been playing this. Okay? And then guess what? On top of that, we've already been scheduling teams like Georgia every single year. 2022, Alabama. 2023, Alabama. Who was the? I'm trying to go back to. I was trying to think of 2021. Uh, I think our big game was Arkansas in 2021, which isn't that really much of a big game, but well, it's context needs to be provided when you're looking at a game like that because it's a big game for Texas, but it's not as big as like an LSU that we should have played in 2020. 2019, we play LSU. 2018, who do we play at home? USC. 2017, USC, right? So we play these teams. We're already playing the Georgias of the world, right? We're already playing the big teams that are going to put in draft picks consistently at a high rate. Outside of that, Kentucky, Mississippi State, Vanderbilt. No, not shit. Barely. Hey, Shadow, at least you admit it though. At least you admit it. That's what I mean, that's been my thing is like a lot of fans they reject the idea that like it's like because if they believe again, they don't want to get hurt. They're done being hurt. They're done with it, right? And we've been and this is me. It took a lot like this how I came to this was I was like I got to realize what's going on with me inside. I'm a battered fan. Battered fan syndrome is happening, right? Colt McCoy's untouchable. Vince Young, untouchable. All that shit, right? It's not. It's just not. It's not actual reality, right? This Texas team is a lot better than a lot of people and our own fans will sometimes give them credit for. That's battered fan syndrome right there. But I mean, look, I think I don't want I want to say I think that 11-1 is likely, most likely, but I don't believe that. I just think this team is far too talented, far too good of a defense. I want to because it's the sensible thing to say. But I think most likely is 12-0. I think behind that is not far behind it is 11-1 and 10-2. But if Texas goes 10-2, we the losses better be Georgia and Michigan. that's all I'm saying. Those better be the loss. Them's better be the losses. If Steve Sarkisian loses a second year to Oklahoma, a subpar Oklahoma team, like this is not a good Oklahoma team. And what I mean by that is when Oklahoma has a good team, they're going to be a lot better than this year. I've seen a lot of good Oklahoma teams. This ain't that. If Oklahoma beats us this year, Steve, you're going to have some problems winning Oklahoma games in the future. So loss better not beat Oklahoma. Better not beat A&M. No, they did? Oh, that sucks for them. Wow. Hey, hey, hope we can get better as fast as possible. I like personally, I like watching these games with professional football players in them. I like being able to say, hey, uh, when I went to 2018, right? When I went to the Oklahoma game in 2018, and I got to watch the shootout with Kyler Murray, CeeDee Lamb, all these really good football players, right? I like being able to say that. But all right, everybody, I gotta go. I gotta go handle something right now. Football tomorrow. Can't wait. All right, everybody. Hope you all have a great day.